Okay, guys, it's AI Monday. We have some updates for you. We have some big companies doing big things. We have a tiny little note about health care in there. And also, um, turns out the word quantum isn't just for Marvel movies anymore. So let's get to it. You ready to talk about AI?
I've never been more ready.
Cool. I have four things, and they're just
And I
all
have two
four
of
of the
them.
definitely I came up with. No, I came up with all of the things for the podcast today. I'm just going to claim that. You may have found two similar things. You can talk about them with me, but it's just about time I did the work again. Okay, well, anyways, it started off
You
with
just want the credit.
super, I just want the credit. It started off with super quick. I know nothing about this, and so I'm just not a doctor. But it's cool and it's good that they're using it. Basically, they figured out a new way to use AI to scan brains after people have a stroke.
Hmm.
And so that's just really hard for visually when you get a brain scan for doctors to pinpoint exactly when the stroke started, especially. So they did this AI, tested it on a whole bunch of scans. Why can't I say the word scan? Scans, tested it on a whole bunch of scans, and it was twice as accurate in its analysis of when the stroke started and other things about it. So that was really cool. It's like, oh, sweet. That's exactly what people should be using AI for, right? Just
Hmm.
feeding it lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of data so it can know more than any doctor who studied for 14, 15 years could know. And then, you know what I mean, right? So, anyway, that was
Yeah,
cool.
that is cool.
That was good stuff, right?
You wanted to talk about Google's updates?
Oh yeah, so Google with its Gemini 2.0, I'm going to talk about like nothing except the kind of interesting one that for whatever reason popped up for me this week. And that's just it's testing all these agents, and one of the features is these agents are able to help you when you play like video games on your
Hmm.
phone. Like it has specific like the AI help for that, which is so weird to me because I'm like, who wants an AI? But if you think about it, when you play those games and there'll be the little guide. I always think back to the paperclip guy in Microsoft Word. It's kind of like that. But there'll be the little guide that's like, try this, try this, try this. So basically, just by seeing the action on the screen in games like they're testing it with Clash of Clans and stuff like that right
Hmm.
now. In games like that, just by seeing the action on the screen, your little Gemini agent will be like, "Hey, maybe you should do this. Hey, maybe you should try this." And part of me thinks that's lame because just play the game yourself, wusses. But also, it could be kind of cool. They're thinking about like help with puzzles and different tricky stuff, and it feels like cheating to
I
me in a way.
saw, yeah,
But
I saw
right now,
someone,
oh yeah,
I saw someone put a picture of like a tic-tac-toe, and because Gemini
yeah,
2.0 is good at editing images, they said, "Hey, edit this image and show where my friend, who's it's his turn and he's X, where he should place." And then it
yeah,
edited the image and put the X on a square, so it just looks like the same image, but it was pretty cool. So it seems to be good at those
there
puzzles
you
and
go,
games.
yeah. But right now, as far as it goes with games, like it's not super advanced yet. So right now, it's just going to be like, don't forget to do your quest, and you're like, okay,
Hmm.
I don't know. So,
Sure.
but it was kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I'm like, that's a weird application.
I saw the other thing that people were taking advantage of for Gemini 2.0 was the sharing screen and talking. I don't know if you saw much of that, but they're sharing their screen and opening the internet or text document so that it could write code. And then they were just talking. And so people were showing how they, code an entire, very basic website just talking at their screen and being like, "Oh, I didn't like that last sentence. Change that to be this," or, whatever. And it would like respond back to them and do all of the work on the screen. So already becoming that helpful thing on your
That is
screen that's able
awesome.
to do all the work while you just kind of guide it and tell it what you want. So that was kind of
That's
the coolest thing. I think
fantastic.
that's what everyone's
Yeah,
mostly using it for right now because they're just like, this is cool. Someone edited a whole photo just responding or talking about what they wanted done to it. And so
dude,
pretty cool. Good job, Google.
that's awesome. That's exactly, I mean, that's the stuff that, like, I know we're going to talk about Apple here in a second, but you're hoping Apple does sooner than later because I know
Hmm.
they've talked about it. But yeah, that's awesome
Yeah.
that they've already
And I
got
mean,
that
like
going because that's,
ChatGPT Yeah, ChatGPT can does have that feature to be to help you on your screen already, at least for people who are paying for a subscription or something. But I don't have it turned on because the only two things it can help with is like an app I don't have, and then just like text edit. So I think it's the simple stuff
Hmm.
right now, but they're definitely working on that as well. But, I did
Hmm.
have a couple more things from Google though.
Yeah.
They also released VO2, their next version of DeepMind, so their video generator, which is just better realism, better motion capabilities, making it actually like have the camera control look like it's filming. It's I don't know,
Hmm.
it's just an upgrade to that. So, but it looks like it's pretty cool, and people like that as well. And then last but not least, it's not specifically AI, but did you hear about their quantum chip? Probably worth mentioning.
No.
So
Actually,
yeah,
yes, but
they
I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, they created a quantum chip, and I don't know how much of a it's created it is because it sounds like it's like they have it and it's real and it exists and it's not just like a hypothetical. But it's called Willow, and basically the thing everyone's comparing it to is that like the fastest supercomputer in the world, um, it would take 10 septillion years to get something done that this could do in 5 minutes. So it's like
Oh,
yeah, it's like not even comparable. And then on top of that, it's silly, but China also just put out a new like breakthrough chip in a different way. And so just kind of these crazy metrics that aren't just like AI and it's going to be cool, but give it a few years as it trains and it learns. This is like, yes, it'll take a few years before these things are functional. They have a lower error rate and you're able to, make them a lot faster, but they are pretty insane as far as the capabilities that they could do. And this plus AI is going to be crazy in a few years. So we'll see where we go. But yeah, I was just like,
we're
wow,
all gonna die.
Google is going at it though. As far as I mean, that
Yeah.
too, where it's like the government's trying to crack down on Google and take away Chrome or do something so that they have less power. And meanwhile, Google's been funding this organization that not a lot of people knew about because they weren't big headlines for about like a decade that has been creating this quantum chip, and the guy in charge is like brilliant, and so now they actually have it, and they're like way ahead in quantum computing than a lot of organizations in the world. And it's just like you can't really stop them. The amount of side projects they have going on. I mean, it's a lot of different industries too, but obviously mostly tech. But it's cool. I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan of Google because of some of their mess
Like,
ups,
keep
but
getting mad at Chrome because we're doing other stuff over
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. They're like,
So keep
oh, you
getting
took
mad
away
at
Chrome.
Chrome.
That's so mean.
Ah,
Quantum chip.
ah.
So actually, we yeah we control the quantum industry. Anyway, but yeah, no, I was like, wow,
Wild.
big week for Google. I mean, I was interested in the OpenAI 12 Days of Christmas thing, but other than
Yeah.
a couple of the bigger highlights, which were cool, it hasn't been as exciting. And then meanwhile, Google isn't doing what seems like any sort of big week thing. It's just more of a everything's being unveiled right now, and it's pretty cool. So they're
Mm-hmm.
definitely they're
That's
definitely
wild.
crushing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like quantum chip. So I tried to understand what quantum computing is again, but again, I was like, I don't get it, and I moved on. Oh
There.
well. Yeah, you mentioned iOS.
Apple?
Yeah,
Yeah. 18.2 is here. Is it exciting? Yes.
is it?
Well, from oh my gosh, I haven't gotten the new phone yet, so I'm not using it. But I'm just reading up on it, learning about the
You
things to do.
haven't got the new
I don't
phone.
know
What
that it's
phone
super
do you
exciting.
have?
14, bro.
You didn't upgrade?
14 Pro. No, I didn't. I still could. I don't know. But anyways, my phone does like everything I need it to do, though. I mean, the AI stuff is cool. I don't. But yeah, I
But
was reading up
but
on it,
does
and
it
it looked
do?
like it was sort of exciting and sort of not.
Yeah, I think people were
Again, yet again, right?
disappointed with it, which is funny because I didn't okay, so the main problem I caught was that everyone's having issues with their phone and are just annoyed about it
Oh,
because their phones are like shutting down a lot more than they used to, having problems, having bugs,
mm,
and the AI stuff is also not catching on quickly. So when they don't want to use AI, but it's like really pushing them to, and then photos, the new Photos update, which I do agree with that one, is didn't doesn't work well. It's not great. And
Mm,
so the new layout for that, which isn't directly AI, but it is the iOS update, and it's just, yeah, people aren't very happy with it. But as far as the phone crashing and battery and a lot of problems that other people are having with these updates, I haven't dealt with any of those. So I'm over here getting the new
mm,
AI updates like, oh, cool. Like, I don't know, it's kind of fun. They did the image playground one so that you can create images or emojis
right.
with AI. I tried it out. It's pretty fun. I made some images of my friends and sent them to them, and they're all like, "Well, that's creepy,
Nice.
dude." And then there's, a couple other iOS features, but the biggest other AI thing that I noticed was the camera feature, where you're able to hold down the camera button and it does that, and then you're able to take a photo of something and search it on Google
That's nice.
Images or ask
Oh
ChatGPT
yeah, yeah,
about it.
totally.
And so
Totally.
the ChatGPT stuff seems is integrated now, and because I have an account, I logged into it, so I have less limitations than other people, and that's been, I mean, handy.
Nice.
I don't think any of it is still like useful on a daily basis, other than literally the image editing tool. I love that, the background remover. I use that a surprising amount, but the but still the camera one where you're able to search
Yeah.
something up, that feels like something I would remember that my phone is able to do because it's very easy to get to, and I have already
Hmm.
tried to use it a time or two when I want to know more about something. So it's kind of cool. I because of the trying to do be more careful about ingredients and such, I use it for food. Like I've used it like 3 or 4 times where I just take an image of food and I'm like, what ingredients does this have? Which I could look it up, but then I'd have to look up the specific brand or something when I can take a quick photo
Sure.
and then just say, hey, ingredients, and it'll come up with the ingredients. It's pretty handy. So
That's nice. Yeah.
I like it. I like that feature and it works well for me. So I know other people are having issues, but I feel like they're mostly just the phones not being fully compatible with the AI yet and crashing and bugs that I'm sure they'll figure out. And hopefully the iPhone 17 will be even better for people. But I'm so far enjoying the AI, even if it's not all the most practical stuff. I definitely
Sure.
turned off the mail stuff. Any
Yeah. Yeah.
notification or mail summaries bother me because
Sure.
they don't help. So, but they could for some people. I just don't like that one. But yeah, I liked it. I
Fair
thought it
enough.
was cool, but I think the overall popular opinion is not popular. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Sounds about right.
still pretty cool. I like the iOS. They changed a couple looks of other things too, like settings and such, and I thought those were cool too. So I didn't know it was coming out. I just saw that I had an update. I was like, oh, cool. So then I got new features. But the next one, I believe, iOS 18.3, I believe that's the one that they're trying to make Siri the leveled up, advanced Siri that's able to do a lot more within your phone and such. It's possible that's like 18.4 or something instead, but I think that's coming soon, or that they're hoping it is. So that should be cool.
Hmm.
But it's funny. It's like I think
Yeah.
of Apple as being one of the leaders, even though they're kind of a copycat sometimes, but they're pretty smart. But when Google's able to already release this thing that can look at your screen and do stuff for you already, it's like maybe they're trying to make Siri better than that, so it starts out already better where it can do even more from the get-go. But it's also kind of like, why isn't this
Sure.
already out? Because this is already out for other companies. So Apple just needs
Sure.
to get on
Yeah.
it.
Well, I got one more thing.
All right, go for it.
Um, it's fun. Just the, controversy can be good or bad for your
Mm.
marketing. So this company called Artisan, they create AI agents. Speaking of which, people. Oh, see, I already called them people. They got nice like pictures of a human being for this AI being, and they got Lucas, the one that does marketing, and Elijah, the one that does customer
Mm.
success, and Ava was their first one. Ava does sales. Anyway, so
Why is
basically, it
why
looks like
is
awesome.
why is Ava such a? I feel like that's used so much in
Such an
robots
AI name.
and AI, and
Is
yeah,
it? Oh, I don't know.
it's weird.
Yeah, well, maybe. But yeah, so they just it kind of makes me think Microsoft Copilot kind of a deal. Um, Basically, and it makes a lot of sense. All of this stuff, like literally what they're doing, people that work in sales and marketing, this is coming for them. You know what I mean? Like, and we knew
Hmm.
this. Like that kind of work that can be automated well and just pushed out a times a million. Anyway, sorry, I just got on a tangent. This isn't what I was going to talk about, but their stuff like just makes sense. I'm like kind of excited about it and terrified about it at the same time. It's great. Anyways, so they've got all these agents, right? But they did this billboard campaign where it was around San Francisco, I believe, and they had these billboards that would have like a picture of Ava, the artisan AI, and her eyes would be glowing or whatever, right? And they'd say, "Stop hiring humans." Um, and they'd say, "Artisans' Zoom cameras will never not be working today," or "Artisans won't complain about work-life balance," and "The era of AI employees is here." So all of these pictures of like hire artisans, not humans. Stop hiring, and hiring's misspelled. Humans, hire Ava instead. Like anyway, it's great because I'm like, well, yeah, to a certain extent, yes,
Hmm.
but of course people got mad, right? Like it was, they're like, what? How could you? This company hates people. They're trying to replace a bunch of people. It's like, yeah, yeah, they are. Um, yeah, artisans won't complain about work-life balance. Hilarious to me. It's great. Just scrolling through these pictures of the billboards they had up. You could just call a number and interview Ava.
I
It's
mean,
great.
it's just I feel like a lot of technology replaces humans, so maybe they haven't sold it in the past to like replace your worker by our technology, but that's what a lot of
Right.
technology
People don't
does.
sell it that way.
But that's a pretty
They
funny
can.
marketing.
Yep. Exactly. So then people got mad. Social media, people were going crazy. Um, but of course, like they were happy about it. Like anyway, they were like, we got the buzz that we want.
Hmm.
And
Got the
they
headlines.
said in this article I was reading, it says, according to Goldman Sachs, AI could eliminate or diminish around 300 million jobs by 2030, with admin support positions, legal positions, and jobs in architecture and engineering at the greatest risk of replacement. We've kind of talked about all of those. Um, yeah, especially the admin stuff, but even, yeah, architecture, engineering, building stuff, putting stuff together, making
Yeah.
plans, all of that. Anyway, so I was like, oh, that's fun. Because, yeah, exactly like you said, people are already selling AI agents so that you don't have to hire someone to do this thing less efficiently and less
Hmm.
effectively. They made that their whole marketing campaign was stop hiring humans. I'm like, that's great.
That is great. I
It's
like
great.
that
Yep.
actually.
I know, right? I
I
like it
think
too.
that I think we'll lose. I think this country at least will lose a lot of government jobs more than to AI in the next few years. So, because the amount of decreasing the administration that's coming up wants to do in the government. So you say
I
like AI
hope
is going to take
so.
jobs, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we're probably going to lose a lot in the next few years anyway. People will have to go find other jobs, so hopefully they can learn AI and it won't be as bad
Hmm.
of a hit. So, but
I
yeah,
hope so for the sake of efficiency and stuff like that, right?
yeah.
They're like, yes, let's get stuff that's going to make things better, faster, smarter than people, less error prone.
Hmm.
But then, people got to find something else that they can do. And I think that it's something that can level all of us up, but not everyone's going to see it that way. So that's hard. I get that. Anyway, but yep, it was a good little campaign they did. Well, it worked for them, I think. I don't know if it was good, but it worked for them.
I feel like people that want to use their services wouldn't necessarily be the people that would get upset. So if it gained them publicity, people
Exactly.
got upset. Other people that wouldn't get upset are also the people that are probably their
Found
target
out about it.
market. So yeah,
Yep, exactly. People may have got mad, but I didn't consider it a flop.
yeah. Or a dark side.
Right, it's just reality.
This is reality. Reality is
uh,
dark.
yeah. But anyways, those are all of mine. My
Cool.
updates.
You had
Short and
so
sweet
many this
today. I
time.
like
Good
it.
job. Yeah, that was a lot
Thank you. I
from you.
really did so much work. You know, I talked for maybe half the time. That's good. Yeah. Anyways, sounds good. Thank you, listeners.
Oh yeah,
We'll see you
right.
next time with more AI updates. Lots of exciting stuff happening, and it's pretty cool to see. If anyone watches this, then and you have something else that you noticed in AI this week, let us know because
Also, if
we'd love
anyone
to see
does
more
watch
stories.
this, we won't be doing a podcast next week, but we'll be back
Oh
the
yeah, that's right.
following week for a holiday one.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Holiday AI special.
Ooh.
Gonna be
Sounds good.
amazing. Woo. Bye.
All right, cool. Bye.